Are you holding anything in your hands or wearing anything on your head?
Hair is braids.
Oh. Mhm.
It's braids. I
Mhm.
have like a scarf, a handkerchief
Mhm.
on my head. I think for mass maybe,
Mhm. For math.
but I kept it on
Yeah, you're still wearing it. So this is after math. Do you feel like a male or a female?
because I'm grown up if I wear it because
Ah,
I'm covering my head. So I'm going to keep it on until
gross.
someone tells me to take it off.
Yeah. How old are you? How old do you feel?
I think I'm 12.
I'm 12. And how does your body feel? Do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Hmm, okay. What do you like to spend most of your time
I'm
doing?
running around and watching things and
Mhm.
eating.
Mhm. Mhm. What?
And I like to read.
Uh-huh. What do you like to read about?
Bible stories mostly.
Yeah, Bible stories. Any stories that you like in particular? What fascinates you?
I like the ones about the animals on the ark.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
like
animal
that
are
one.
you?
I think I would forget all of the animals and I wouldn't know what to bring on.
Yeah, sounds like a hard job.
So I'm glad that no one knew what to bring
Yeah.
because I would forget.
Mm-hmm.
I would leave my sister's dog.
Mm. And what's your sister like?
Be funny. Um, she's more serious than I am.
Yeah. Is she older or younger?
She's better. She's better than I am.
Oh, she's better
She's
than
older.
you.
She's more ladylike.
More
She's more
ladylike.
ladylike.
Mm.
She
What are
does
you like?
things properly. I think I'm fine,
Yeah,
but I'm not as ladylike as
not
she
as ladylike.
is.
Yeah. How would you describe yourself? What are you like?
I'm interested in things. I like
Yeah,
things. I don't I don't want to sit around just being boring.
yeah.
I hope that I won't go to hell for this
Uh, for not wanting to be bored?
because everything that's good seems to be boring. And I
Ah,
don't want to be boring.
yeah. Okay. Now, show me a meal that you would eat. You said that you like to eat. What's your favorite meal?
I like bread. I've had olives. I like those.
Olives. Ah, okay. Now,
They're very rare.
where you are for where you are in the grass, is it close to where you live? Is this where you live, or are you far away from where you live? How
This
far is
is
your
at
home?
home.
That home?
This is the grounds.
Okay,
I'm at home.
that's what I was wondering. You're at home. Where's your favorite part of your home? Do you have a place just for you?
Only for myself, no.
Mm,
I
mm,
like I like I like to go under the ground at the house where we keep the wine stores and in the cellars, because no one goes there, and it's a hidden kingdom and it's a magical kingdom, and you can go down there and no one can find you and no one will look for you.
Awesome. You can get away from everybody. Are there a lot
That's
of
where I
people
can
around
read.
you?
Yes.
That's where you can read. I see. And tell me, how
Yes.
do you feel when you're feeling bored? What are your physical reactions when you're bored? What does your body do?
I want to go out. I want to go out.
Yeah.
I want to do things. I can get some girls to do things with, but I'm not allowed to do things with some of the girls who serve here because I'm not supposed to run around with them, or it's not good. I'm supposed to be boring.
What do they
I'm
want you to do
to sit and
or not
pray
do?
or all of the time, and I do. I want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to hell or something, but I don't want to be boring.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable. Well, now that we have a little bit of an idea of who you are, what you like, what do people call you? What's your name?
Nan.
Nan. Is that what you'd like me to call you? Nan?
That's fine.
Okay. Now that we know a little bit about you, what you like and don't like, I want you to take me to a time in your life as Nan when something's happening or something's changing or something's making an impression on you, something meaningful is going on. So allow yourself to find a time in your lifetime where something's happening and tell me all about it. What do you notice? Where are you?
I'm sitting on the stairs to the children's tower. It's cold and it hurts because it's hard and it's very cold on the stairs.
What
and
are you
I wish I
thinking?
brought something to cover me because it's uncomfortable and it's freezing. And I'm trying to hear things. I can, of course, hear the adults are screaming or yelling at each other. They're angry. They're not, they're always angry about something, and I'm not sure why.
How old are you?
If I hear it, I'll know what it is.
About how old are you? You said the adults. Are you still a child?
Older.
Older than 12?
Yes, but I'm not sure how.
Not fully grown.
Old.
Still a little girl.
No, I cannot go downstairs.
You can just stay here and listen?
Yes, I'm not a part of it. This is important. These are important things because everyone has been angry and everyone's been talking for days and days, and I'm not sure what's happening. But I want to know what's happening.
What does that cause you to do, wanting to know what's happening?
Freeze on the stairs, trying to hear.
Sounds like
hate it.
And what do you hear? What impressions do you get?
There's anger. My father was angry. There is anger. No one, no threat. There is no threat,
Yeah.
but everyone is angry.
What are they angry about?
What are they doing? Why are they doing this? What can you do? There is nothing that we can do. This is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This could kill us all.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel?
I want to know what it is. We can figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
We can do something. I know we can. I wish they would tell me.
Mm-hmm.
There must be a way.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Tired.
tell me more about what that makes you do in that lifetime, wondering, what is it? We can figure this out. Tell me. What does that cause you to do? What does that cause Nan to do?
I want to go to sleep,
Yeah.
and then it will be better.
Mm. Is that what happens? Fall asleep there? What's the next thing that you remember? What's the next thing that you remember after you go to sleep? What happens next? How do you wake up? What's happening?
I will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
My sister is married.
Mm. Is that where you are now?
My sister is married.
Your sister's married.
I'm
What's happening?
I'm
Where are you?
I must be married.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you
All
feel?
right.
How does it make you feel that your sister's married?
I think she can take care of me.
Your sister? She can take care of you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't there's nothing. I'm a very important part of this.
Yeah.
I can make this work.
Mm-hmm. How are you important? What's your
Who I
job?
marry can change everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know what I'm going to do. I have to know what they want me to do. And then I can save this.
I can save this. Mm-hmm.
If I know what they want me to do, if they would tell me,
Yeah.
I'm as good as my father at these things.
Yeah.
No one else is. No one else in the family is.
Yeah.
I am. I can fix things. Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And that way I can plan against things. We can do this together.
We can do this together. Do they listen?
My father does. He knows I am as good as he is.
Yeah.
But I can't be, but I will be trusted. I'm who he trusts.
How does it make you feel knowing that you're trusted?
I can't make a mistake.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
What does that make you do?
I do what I'm asked
What
to
does
the best of my ability.
What does that keep you from doing? Yeah, go ahead.
I must be married,
Mm-hmm.
and I will do it well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you know who you'll marry or how you'll do it well? That's something that you have any clue about at this point? How do you decide that?
Yes.
Tell me your thought process.
I don't decide it.
How's it decided?
No one marries who they love, really.
Yeah.
Isabel did.
Mm-hmm. Have different kinds of allegiances other than love?
My hands are so cold.
Your hands are cold. What's making your hands cold?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What emotions are you feeling as your hands are so cold?
Well, I'll do what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make my family proud. I'll show my father that I can do what I have to do.
What are your emotional
I don't
reactions
want
to
to
those
have
thoughts?
children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do anything like that.
I don't want to. Yeah. What would you rather be doing if it were up to you? You didn't have to do any of this. What would you be doing?
I want to help my father to plan. I have good ideas. I have very good ideas. I could plan.
Yeah. What's keeping you from taking that role? What prevents you from doing that?
I have to marry someone
Mm-hmm.
and have children.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to marry these people. I don't want to be among them. I don't like them.
Mm-hmm. What are your physical reactions to this? How does your body feel as you think about these things, having children, marrying people you don't love?
I don't like.
You don't like them.
It is not love.
How does your body react? Your physical?
I try to sleep.
Yeah. Just try to sleep it away.
Because if I'm not awake, I can't be asked to do things. I prefer to sleep because no one will ask me to do things.
If you're asleep, no one can ask you to do anything. That's right. Mhm.
I wish they trusted
Mhm. Sounds like your father trusts you for some things, but maybe not for others. It'd be different if you were a boy.
Oh, yes.
What would be
Then I
different if
could learn
you were a girl?
everything. I could learn everything and I would be closer
Yeah. It'd be okay if you weren't so ladylike. If you
and
were a
I
boy.
could make my own decisions
Yeah, you could make your
of
own
what I would
decision.
do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for
Well,
sharing all of this with me. Go ahead and take me to another time in that life. Another time where there's information ready to come to the surface. Tell me, what do you notice? What's happening? Where are you?
they lie all the time.
They lie. How do these lies affect you?
I failed.
How did you fail? What does your body do when you feel like you failed?
I don't feel well.
I'm not
I
well.
don't feel well.
What's the part that feels unwell? What part of your body?
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Hmm. What does that prevent you from doing?
There's nothing I can't.
You can't do anything. Or were you supposed to do something?
Yes.
What were you supposed to do?
I was supposed to have healthy children.
Oh,
Many healthy children.
oh. You're not able to do that.
I wanted to.
Yeah,
I truly did want to.
yeah. What happened?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I think I was too willful.
Hmm. Too willful for what?
The things they said were right. And
What did they say?
maybe God, I displeased God. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
hmm.
know.
Mhm.
I don't know what I did.
Oh, why do you think
I
that you
hope that
displeased God?
I hope that I will be allowed to
Oh,
die. I'm sorry.
hmm.
I
Mhm. It's okay. That's right. Let that out.
did not want to.
You said you can't have healthy children. What happened?
I don't know.
Hmm. Are you unable to conceive, or did you lose a child? Have a miscarriage? What happened? Why do you say you failed?
I lost them.
Lost them. Oh.
Why did God?
Hmm.
Why was my son taken?
Mhm.
I only had one.
Yeah.
I could have had others,
Yeah.
but they weren't born.
Yeah.
I displeased God. I must have displeased God.
Mhm.
My husband won't love me. No one will love me. I hope I
Oh.
die.
Mm.
I know those women lie. They're always lying. I hate them.
Mm. What are they
They
lying
lie all
about?
the time.
What are they saying?
He doesn't love me.
Oh.
Why would he? I fail. But
Oh.
I love him. He's my family. He won't do that to me.
Mm. Mm.
I'm a good planner. I can do things right.
Mm. That's
I
right.
am more clever than any of them.
Mhm.
But I could be.
Mhm.
I could be. I love him. I will do what I have to do. He will have to marry someone else.
Mm. Mhm.
He has to
Mhm.
have children.
You'll have to marry someone else.
True-born children.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. What is that? Yeah, I hear that cough. Yeah. Yeah, let it out. Good job. Let that out.
Sorry.
No, that's part of it. Let it out.
Sorry.
It's good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Tell me, what's the hardest part? Losing your son.
I failed everyone. I failed everyone.
Mm-hmm. As you think those
I loved
thoughts.
him. I loved him. He would be very smart, fantastic, brilliant, marvelous.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He would be a good prince, and God is lucky to have him. And I'll go to hell for it. But God was lucky to have him.
Mm-hmm.
God was more lucky than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And take me to hell then. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's right. It sounds
God, please
devastating.
forgive me. I don't.
Mm. Yeah.
I cannot speak against. I am so sorry. I cannot speak against God. I'm sorry.
It sounds like you're speaking against yourself. Sounds like that's a lot of pain and judgment for you to carry around. What does that make you do in that life? Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Makes you do nothing. What does it prevent you from doing?
Anything. I love Dick, and I would have more babies with him.
Yeah.
We have been together our whole lives.
Yeah.
He says that he had to marry me because I'm the only one who is small enough.
That sounds like he has affection for you.
He did. He does. I'm sure he does.
He does. Yeah. It sounds like these women and what they're saying, it sounds like they're causing you to doubt that. It sounds like you know the truth, though.
They say that he loves other people because I'm here. And there's no point. There's no point.
No.
You must have a child.
Now that we've seen this part of your life, I want you to take me all the way to the last day of your life as mom. What's happened? What is all that grief cost? What's happening now on the last day of your life?
I love him. I will. Leave me. I leave first.
You'll leave first.
I
Mhm.
love him. Pray for me.
Mhm.
I'm afraid I'll go to hell. I've never thought right. I've never thought correctly.
What have you done? What actions have you done that hurt others?
I couldn't have children.
You couldn't have children. Mhm. Let's see.
I failed.
Tell me about your body. What's happening with your body on the last day of your life?
I go to sleep. And then it will be better later. I'll be fine. I love you. I love you all.
Mhm.
I love you too, even with the questions.
Mhm.
I want you all to know that I'm tired.
You'll be able to rest.
I love to keep the world for me.
Mhm.
Keep it safe for me.
Go ahead and let whatever happens happen. Transition to the other side. Describe that in as much detail as you can. What is it like to leave that body?
They're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They were wrong.
Yeah, where does your soul go?
Dickon is crying. He loved me. Look, he loved. Hey, stop crying. I'm fine. I'm here. I'm fine. What can I do?
What do you want to tell him?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be here. He's not alone. He's not alone. Ned is here.
Mhm.
Ned is here.
What's it like to be
Say hello.
reunited?
Say hello. Say hello. See? Look, look, look.
Is he able to see or?
There he is. Look. He's here. He's here and there.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm going. It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'll see him
It's
again.
he's here and he's here.
Yeah.
He's here too. I don't understand this. It's all at once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all at once. My grandpa is here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Grandpa. Grandpa Georgie. My grandpa.
Ah. What does he
Everyone
say?
is
Everyone's
everyone
there.
is here.
That doesn't sound like hell, does it?
No, no. Oh, no, it's just all happening at once. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing that I know.
Hmm.
I don't know what
Doesn't
this
sound
is.
doesn't sound boring, does it?
No,
No.
no.
Well, this place, you can look back over that whole life in a brand new way. So enjoy that as you look back over that life in a whole new way, from a whole new perspective.
I've got everyone. Now I'll
Looking back.
figure this out.
Yeah, now you can strategize from a whole new place in a whole new way. Now, I'm curious, what lessons did you learn looking back over that life as non? What did you learn in that body, in that lifetime?
I should be more patient.
Oh, be patient. Mhm.
I won't be, but I should be.
How do you think you'll learn that patience? You're going to come back to another experience, or how do you think you'll learn it?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. This is something to strategize about for another experience. What else did you learn as non?
I should have been trusted. I
Yeah,
should have
deserve.
been trusted.
Yeah, deserve to be trusted. Who do you want to tell that to now that you're safe to tell
I want to
that?
tell that to my father
Yeah,
because if he trusted me, we could have been, nowadays, we could have been the best PR agency ever.
yeah, that's right. Okay.
There.
Mhm. Tell me a little bit more about that life. Is there anybody that you'd like to reclaim your energy from? A lot of times we give away our feminine energy, especially when we're not trusted. So I want you to call back all of that feminine energy, any that you let go away or pushed down, or and that goes for masculine energy too. Any of the energy that we kind of push down or push away or try to resist, bring it back because now you can accept it in this lifetime. Your soul is ready to integrate all of that energy. And you don't have to limit yourself anymore. What does that energy look like and feel like as it comes back into the soul?
I can always think of a way out. I can do just
Hmm.
about anything. I'm very clever and it's all mine. Trust me, we will make it work. Everything will work.
Everything
That's
will work.
it. Everything will work.
I'm curious. I know that each lifetime has some general purpose, a reason that we go in, a way that we help others. What was your purpose in that lifetime as non?
I wanted to try to help him continue.
Hmm.
I wanted to try to help to continue my family. That was it. I wanted us to be very clever.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I was always clever, even
Always.
before they knew me. Even before they knew me, I was. But being a girl, oh, your wings are clipped.
Yeah. I think it's funny that sounds like your soul has chosen to come back into another body of another female, Stephanie. So I'm curious, what would you like to tell Stephanie based on your perspective as non? What would you tell Stephanie?
You don't have to have children anymore because no thrones are riding on it. Have fun, wear good perfume, eat good food, and if it gets too bad, you can always sleep. Thank you. You're welcome.
Always a way out.
We love each other.
Do you have any advice for Non? What would you like to tell her? Anything she needs to let go of or doesn't need to worry about?
Hey, kiddo, he loves you. He always did. Those people were lying pieces of
Liars. Bored.
Don't-
They're bored, bored like you were, maybe.
And don't worry about God. God was lucky to have you. If God there be, don't make the sign of the cross and freak out. It's all right.
Maybe our idea of religion has been updated a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that she's had all those different experiences.
I love you, little one.
Little one.
You.
Yeah.
You're great.
Now,
We're never going to be tall.
That's okay. That's all right. Yeah. So I want you to see yourself collect all of your energy from that body and take it to the light. It sounds like you've already done that, but just take all of it, get all of your energy into that light. And notice that as you go into the light and you're surrounded by your family and guides, that so your injuries are healed and you're made completely well again, better than you even were in human form. See that happening. And with the death of that body of Non, so dies those injuries, so dies those judgments. Stephanie doesn't need to carry those around. She can keep those experiences without holding on to any of the negative, any of the injuries. Now that we've looked at that lifetime and answered some questions, I'm curious to speak with Stephanie's soul about this, the part that brought forward all these experiences, the part that exists in between lives.
My flinty black soul. That's me.
Do I have permission to speak with the soul and ask many questions?
Of course, it's sure.
Awesome. I always like to ask permission. I know that you could have brought forward so many different things today, but you did bring forward the life of Non. I'm curious.
Wasn't happy.
Yeah, what was that? Why did the soul need to experience that lifetime? What's important about that experience?
I don't think I adjust.
Learning to
I'm always the
adjust.
same. I was who I had been before when I was 9. I am a little bit of her, but the outside world demands different things of different bodies. And it has a great deal of power when you're material and you're in a material world. Material
Mhm.
rules apply.
A little bit different than the other side.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
People make up their rules of how things will be. And depending on who you are, you must fit into those rules. You're a child.
Yeah.
What if you're a preternaturally brilliant child? Can you show that?
Mhm.
Not without your whole life being turned to revolve around that,
Mhm.
when that's just a feature of you.
Yeah.
What if you're a girl and you do like to plan things and you do have a fast mind in that direction? And you grow up in a time when all you're supposed to do is pray and reproduce, like a
Yeah.
little bunny, like a little religious bunny.
Mhm.
Well, even if you're absolutely brilliant, you're still a failure if you didn't reproduce enough
Mhm.
or pray hard enough. So saying that that doesn't, oh, it does matter.
Mhm.
And that's the thing for everyone to learn in every life. It does matter.
Mhm.
If you're Mozart and you're born before the piano was created, no one will
Yeah.
know how brilliant you are. They might just, their only fault is that you can't take down a mastodon.
Yeah.
So you're a failure and you're stupid.
Mhm.
And
How do those times compare with these times? What are the differences and limitations and resources? And
better food.
yeah, that's good to
And
know.
the holidays, oh my God, ain't no holiday like a medieval holiday. And
So extravagant.
extravagant, good food, and you always felt that there was that magic. That magic is
Mm.
always there because that's the part of religion, is that great, that transcendent magic. They try to do it now too. Only thing is, even now, we still try with the, it means this, it means that.
Yeah.
Humans like a story.
Mhm.
Humans like a morality play.
Yeah.
Your past life had to teach you something so that you can become better. Morality play.
Yeah.
You're on earth, you're improving so you can go to heaven and be better. Morality play. It's all the same thing. It's all
Mhm.
bourgeois.
Yeah.
You are because you are. And the morality play is you.
I
It's
take it that
not
it's
done for some greater glory.
that sense of freedom, that sense of adventure. Is that the essence of
Yeah,
who
you're
you
the
are?
greater glory.
Yeah.
You're your greater glory.
Yeah.
So that
As a
is the
human,
thing.
we tend to forget that, or we're limited in that experience somehow.
I, I don't think it's real. It's not
Mhm.
real to us. We want, everyone wants a story. Your beginning, middle, end.
Yeah. And do we arrange
That
it that
life,
way temporally
yeah,
or make it that way?
because we deal in the temporal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. My grandpa from this life, my grandpa Georgie, my grandpa,
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephanie's grandpa,
Stephanie's grandpa.
born
Yeah.
1913. He was there.
Was there. Yeah.
It's all, it's all at once.
That's right.
It's not a morality play. I'm going through this life to learn to do this. And in that life, I will correct that. And in that life, I will correct all of those lives. All of that stuff is simultaneous.
Yeah. So it's happening right now.
I think so.
So as
Maybe.
you know
When
that,
I,
as you realize that it's happening now in this moment, how does your soul want to strategize, or how do you want to use that cleverness that's at your core?
we're going to all get together and we're going to take over the universe. And we're going to smell damned good doing it. I
That's
know, I'm
right.
sorry, I said damned. That's for
I
the
think that's,
medieval ones. I got it.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's okay. I don't think there's anyone judging language here other than yourself, other than ourselves. Yeah. So it
Can't
sounds like,
freak out the medievals.
yeah, it sounds like you're learning things, lessons in what I'm going to call flexibility. Does that sound like a good word for coming into these limited circumstances and having to navigate them in a certain way?
It's odd. I would think it feels to me that if I'm learning any lesson,
Yeah.
it was what I saw at the end.
Yeah.
It's not very simplistic.
Mhm.
It's more that it's all there.
Yeah.
It's not any religious creed. It's not that you have to learn love, because you can't if
Yeah.
you're in certain circumstances. You just flat
Yeah.
out can't.
Yeah.
That's not you, that's not a lack, that's not judgment. That's just, but if it's all happening together, we can all share information across. It's kind of like the universe is a giant Bletchley Park, and we've all got part of the code. And when we
Yeah.
get it together, we'll destroy the Nazis. I don't know.
That sounds
You know
good to
what I
me.
mean?
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm on board for it. And do you see something as Stephanie's soul? Do you see anything that Stephanie can let go of? She doesn't need to, any stress that she can let go of, any energy that she can release.
That fear that everybody deep down hates me, despises me,
Yeah.
or it's like, that's how I was kind of able to help Stacy a little bit.
Hmm.
Everyone was telling me horrible things about her and saying dreadful things about her.
Yeah.
And luckily, I'm stubborn now, but I was born at a time where my stubbornness was encouraged. 1963 was a great time to be born stubborn,
That's
at
right.
least in my family. In my
Sounds like
family,
it.
it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's what you say. Screw you. And back, because I felt when I first heard the name of Richard III,
Yeah.
I was, well, first heard the name. No, I mean,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
in
as a kid,
context.
Shakespeare, who knows? But when I first understood who this person was and heard about them, and I heard his motto, loyauté mêlée, that could be my motto. That was how I felt.
Yeah,
That could be. I forgot
yeah.
what it meant. I forgot it for like years, because this is like when I was like 13, 14. I forgot it for like decades. But I always remembered loyalty binds me. I didn't know who it was linked to, those words. I just knew those words. Loyalty binds me. I like that. That makes sense. That could be me. When I heard the name Plantagenet, it was like, you always hear the Tudors, never liked the Tudors. As a kid, I was like, Jesus, these people are overrated. Oh my God, they're vile. Ugh. But I was
So
drawn to that. What?
as we look at that motto, loyalty
Mm-hmm.
binds me, I want to ask your soul,
Yes.
what does that mean for Stephanie? What does that loyalty bind her to? What does that make her do? How does that affect her?
I take care of my people.
Yeah, I can tell that. Just take care of them lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, it seems. Do you recognize anyone from that life that she knew that she hasn't already recognized in this lifetime?
Oddly, once I met Stacy, I had no idea why I was so drawn to this person.
Hmm.
But she, I don't know, she yelled, and I was like, okay, we're here, we've got this.
Yeah. Now I want to go into those health conditions that Stephanie's been having in this life. And it sounds like very similar to what Non was going through the last few days of her life after that grief. I know that respiratory problems often seem to relate to our grief and sadness and judgments. I just want to make sure that with the death of Non's body, Stephanie doesn't need to carry around any of those injuries, any of that grief that isn't hers, that she doesn't need. So I want you to allow her to energetically cough all of that out of her lungs, energetically vomit that out. Now you won't get sick in real life, but go ahead and yeah, go ahead and cough all. Good job. That's right. Get it all out. And you can let that go from that lifetime. I have a feeling that was acting as a
GTFO.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need it
I want my
anymore.
voice again.
And you don't need to be sad because you know now that it's all happening at once. You're already with those people that you missed. So just realize that. And you don't need to be sad because it's the reality of everything.
Good, because I love them all. And I don't want to lose any of them.
Yeah. They don't
Not
lose.
one.
Just change and become hidden for a moment or two and then revealed.
And then come back.
And then come back. Almost makes it even more poignant as we miss them and are reunited. Yeah, I just want to ask the soul to do a body scan. Is there anything else that wants to come up or be adjusted while we're working in this space? Do you see any parts of the body that could use some attention, some love?
I can drop some of this weight and grow about 5 inches.
Yeah.
But I think
the weight at least.
Go.
Yeah, they told you not that's okay to be small.
Yeah.
Maybe a self-judgment. Why does Stephanie want to be so tall?
I want to be Uncle Harry again.
Yeah. What did that height allow you to do?
That was another life. That was before Anne.
Yeah.
I was vain. Apparently he liked perfume. Who freaking knew?
Me too. Yeah, okay.
But that's cool.
Somewhere. Okay, so the weight, don't need the weight. What's that weight protecting Stacy from, if anything?
Stephanie, not Stacy.
Sorry, Stephanie. Oh my God.
See, same person. Ain't it great?
Yeah,
I'll have to tell her. She'll love that.
Yeah, I never do that. I'm sorry. What's the weight protecting? What's the weight protecting Stephanie?
Right now it's being lazy and only wanting to go into work 2 days a week. And I'm a boredom eater. So yeah, when I'm at home, it's like, let's get something to eat. So yeah. Well, and I need to do more.
Do more. Okay. And what's going to help Stacy do more?
Well, for Stacy, I would say it's going out and maybe finding another job. But for Stephanie, I would say
I'm gonna just punch myself every time I do. Okay, Stephanie.
It's for me. It is. Yeah, for me, it'll be when it's time for me to go to head overseas and start looking for the houses. I'm doing like the online research now, but when it's time to go over and do things.
Okay.
And that'll all really kind of come together when my son is out of school.
Oh, I want to do one more exercise before we go. I think it's a fun one. I like to call this the timeline exercise.
All right.
It's a fun way I like to add sparkles to things. And since Stephanie likes that, we're going to do this. So I want you to realize that we tend to organize time in a certain way, even though it's all happening at once. We tend to use frameworks to do that. So we'll get a sense on which direction do you feel like is the past? So if you think about yesterday, which direction does that come from? Just kind of point which direction. If you're thinking about yesterday, where is it in relation to
Yesterday,
the body?
behind you.
Behind you. Yeah, okay. And where would you say is tomorrow? If yesterday's behind you, where is tomorrow?
All the other
In the front.
directions.
Yeah, in the front. Cool. And just notice that that you categorize time like that you feel the past is behind you and the future's up ahead in all directions. And notice, where do you put the present? Where are you right now? Right in the body?
I'm the present.
Yeah.
I'm the present. Yeah.
I want you to draw a line between the past, the present,
Mhm.
and the future. And just mark the present somehow. You can put a symbol there or something just to notice that, I am here. And tell me what symbol or how do you want to mark the present?
I just have a little star on
Little
top
star.
of my
Perfect.
head.
Perfect. And notice that if you want to, you can pull that present out in front of you and just look at it. Look at that beautiful star. And notice that you can do that anytime you want to. Sometimes it's nice to be in the moment and have that star on your head. Other times it's nice to look at the present and just observe it right there in front of you.
Yeah.
And notice also that you can float above that timeline. So do that. Pretend you're a hot air balloon and rise up above that timeline, just like a balloon, and look down at it. Just notice it. Notice that present star. Notice your future, the way it's expansive. And notice the past. And start to see some of the events from your past. You might notice your birth. You might notice going to school. You might notice anything that's important, your child's birth, anything that's coming up that's particularly important. And the first thing I want you to notice is, how do those events show up? Do they look like videos? Do they look like pictures? Or how do you notice those important events like your birth or your son's birth?
My birth, I see kind of as a picture outside me.
Yeah.
And I see blue, lots of
Okay.
blue.
Cool.
My
Now,
son's.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
My son's.
I did. Yeah, I did.
No,
Go ahead.
my son's birth, I just see I'm on the table and he's big and they're showing him to me. And I'm saying, yeah, but how can I be sure he's mine? Because I have to be a smart ass. So stupid.
God, that's
the
hilarious,
embarrassment.
Stephanie.
It never stops.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
You can see why that mind wasn't going to go over really big in 1400s.
No, that's hilarious. Yeah, I can only empathize with your experiences there. So, okay. So now that you see those events on your timeline, you see the little blue, I don't know, is it a dot or how does it show up?
What, the little star?
Like a little star. Okay, awesome. Little blue star. Now, I want you to notice any of the events on your timeline that were harsh or traumatic or any of those events that you've had a hard time adjusting to. And notice how those show up. How do they like to look? A lot of times they'll be a little bit darker.
Yeah, they're just like little black circles, like boom, boom.
Black
boom.
circles, yeah.
Kind of like somebody took a marker and this.
Well, notice how densely they're packed on your timeline. And realize that you can spread those out. So just like you can stretch an image on a cell phone or on a device, do that to your timeline and give yourself time in between those black dots, those darker times. Stretch out those times in between. And you can put any color or sparkle or information there that you would like to. So I like to put some sparkles, maybe a check mark, like, oh, I did it. I I did that hard thing. I made it through. Good job. And notice as you do that to your past, notice how it changes the future. Notice how you can make those changes, those minor changes to the past, and might open up those options, or you might see a path that's highlighted in the future. You might just notice it's brighter as you do that. What do you notice?
I don't notice changes that come from the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if the past is the past and the future is something else entirely.
Mm-hmm.
They're connected through me, but
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, it's like a whole new thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just realize that you can write that thing. You're in charge of this particular
Yeah.
visualization. You can do anything that makes sense. And this is one way, just one way to organize time. And people can have different timelines for different projects, different lifetimes. You can use this in any way that makes sense. You can also use this to travel to other times and events. You can go back into any parts of that timeline that makes sense as it relates to the now. Good job.
They
Okay,
really do.
good job. I want to ask the soul, what else would you like to tell Stephanie before we go today?
We're here if you need us.
Mhm.
We're always watching. You're good.
She's doing a good job.
You protect us, we protect you. We've got you.
Mhm.
It's fine.
How will she remember that?
She always knows it.
Mhm.
She always knows it. She knew it from when she was 7. She
Mhm.
always knows it.
What
But don't
causes her to doubt?
despair. The feeling of being too far away from her true life.
Mhm.
Different presents, different pasts. Her presence she needs to find.
Mhm.
Not yours, not someone else's, hers.
Mhm.
It's hard to do
Mhm.
and could never do it.
Is her presence different than she might imagine?
I'm I'm silly.
Mhm.
I live differently. My way is different.
Mhm.
Your way is different. You cannot live my life. I cannot live yours. Lives interchangeable, essences aren't.
Mm.
Hers will always change in color where she is. Yours changes and colors where you are.
Mhm.
But when hers corresponds well with her essence, it's smooth.
Mhm. Mhm. What determines that?
Time, surroundings, situation of birth
Mhm.
in life, all of those things, health, wealth, Anne's position determined
Mhm.
hers. Her, her desire to
Mm.
help, her imagination was unsuited to her world. It couldn't help her.
Mm. Mhm.
It could help her now,
Mm.
but then it could not. Were I born in and to a conservative family of farmers in Afghanistan, that personality would get me killed.
Mm. Mhm.
Different situation, different life,
Mm.
but the same essence can kill you or make you
Mhm.
despair or save the world.
Mm. It's important for Stephanie to see that perspective at this time in her life.
Important for Anne.
Mm. Mhm.
Stephanie knows.
Yeah.
Poor Anne didn't.
Mm. What's that helping Anne to resolve? How will that affect the whole continuum?
She she was not bad.
Mm.
She was not unloved because of who she was.
Mhm.
What happened to her son was not her fault
Mm.
for having imagination. That was not a sin
Yeah.
worthy of destroying a child decades later.
Mm. It wasn't a punishment.
No.
No.
That
No.
doubt is always there in me.
Mm. Now that she knows that, what will that help her, that part of the soul, do?
That part of Stephanie won't be so damn depressed and frightened.
Yeah. Can be silly instead. Clever.
Can be itself,
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
come up with plans. My son Peter called me from Paris. The line to the Louvre was so long it would take an hour to get in.
Mhm.
Hey, Ma, what was that back way you read about researching? Okay, here's what you have to do. I woke up barely awake, but I remembered you have to go to this station. You go down here.
Mhm.
He was in the Louvre in minutes.
Mm.
That was Anne.
Mm.
That's what she was like too.
Mhm.
Explain to her. She'd come up with a plan, but it was always so worthless to her.
but not the goals that she was trying to achieve most
Not,
of the time.
well, not, maybe not getting
Her
into the
family's
booth. And,
goals.
I mean, but I think if she'd honestly been taught
Yeah.
without being shamed for those parts of her that were that,
Yeah.
and not always told to doubt that they were evil simply because they were part of her, when her father was lauded for them,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I think she would have, I think she, things would have been better.
Yeah.
And it might have even saved Richard, because he would have
Yeah.
been allowed by his time to see her worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
Hmm.
Maybe we have a whole new dynasty on the throne.
Yeah. Well, maybe that exists in a whole different dimension. We can bring some of that understanding into this present moment, this present earth, this reality, that understanding that things can be different.
There are a million here and nows, so don't take this here and now to heart.
Uh-huh.
It's all good.
Well, thank you so much.